to another Jack Does All video. Today we're going to be doing an EDC loadout. And it's kind of an unspoken thing if you're in the gun review or video community that you have to do an EDC. Now I'd like to just get this one out of the way. I've been working on this setup for a couple of years, something that was realistic, because I found if you're trying to carry too much, you're not going to end up carrying any of it. And they always say, you know, the best gun to have is the one that you're going to carry. So to start off, I found one of the most important things is a good belt. So here I have been running with just the 511 Tactical. This thing has a steel buckle on it, but it's not too heavy. It doesn't twist or anything like that. It's comfortable enough though. You know, it's really no complaints on my side. What I like about it, and specifically the buckle configuration that it has, is it allows me to easily appendix carry with my in-waistband holster, which I'll talk about in a moment. And it's actually super comfortable. I used to run with I believe a Wolf Tactical belt prior to this, and it was similar in its setup, 1.5 in its width, but just a different belt buckle style, and just was not that comfortable. So this belt, again, I think you can pick it up for $39 and some change. I'll put that link down in the description, so if you guys are looking for a good EDC belt. There are a ton of them out on the market, but I've ran this one for I think like 1.5 years, and it's been pretty awesome. So after you get your belt set up, next thing that I will make sure that I'm always carrying on me is going to be my wallet. Now a lot of people run the Ridge wallets, and those things are pretty cool. Myself, I have so many cards and IDs that I carry on me that that Ridge wallet just doesn't fit everything. I also like to have a dual ID spot for it, so you can, you know, show 2 IDs at the same time. I personally have to carry a bunch of different IDs. So I have my driver's license, my license to carry, I have my EMT license and things like that, as well as all my different cards. And so I like to have something that can show multiple IDs at once. Now this thing is a Clifton Heritage wallet. It's just a leather wallet, trifold that I picked up on Amazon. Again, that link's in the description below. I've had this thing for almost 2 years, and really no complaints. It's nothing fancy, gets the job done, and it is real leather, and it's RFID blocking. So if you're someone who's concerned about, you know, the security of your cards and RFID, this will take care of that. My only complaint with this, and it's not really with this wallet, it's just with the amount of cards I have to carry, is this is a thick boy right here. And it's not one that you're going to want to be sitting on in your back pocket. So this goes right front and center in my left front pocket. After that, next thing that I'm reaching for once I got my belt and my wallet with all my IDs is going to be my holster. I'll go over in a second, but I'm running a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield, just the first gen, with a TLR6 light and laser from Streamlight. That link will be in the description as well. That thing is awesome. But this holster is a Kydex holster. I know most people are carrying Kydex nowadays, myself included. Really no complaints. This thing covers just about all of it, and it can accommodate that TLR6 light and laser. So that's pretty awesome. And the other thing I like about this holster and that platform is that light and laser and this holster can be moved to the Shield Gen 2 or the Shield Plus. So if you are someone who got one of those new Shield Pluses, which are awesome, you can use the same holster. This one's by Pullcraft. I did pick this thing up on Amazon. No complaints, Kydex holster, and it works great for IWB, and I personally appendix carry this thing. So this thing's pretty cool. And I think it was, I don't know, $20 to $30, but the link will be down below. Now after I grab my holster, the next thing is going to be my handgun. So I have carried this M&P Shield. This is in the 9mm, and it's the Gen 1. They did come out with the Shield Plus recently, and that thing is awesome. I will definitely be picking up that and doing a review on that gun, as well as this one pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that video. The M&P Shield 9mm does come with these 8-round magazines that do give my pinky a nice place to rest. So personally, I do like the 8-round magazines. But you can pick these up with 7-round magazines as well. So these 7-round magazines, they do sit a little bit more flush, but personally, my hands are just a little bit too big. If you're really worried about that extra inch or ½ inch, you can run those, but I like the 8-round magazines. So this TLR6 light and laser, the flashlight on it I think is 100 lumens, which is pretty much the minimum that I would accept on a weapons mounted flashlight, but it gets the job done. It has had great battery life. Taken this thing hunting, banged it around a couple times, and it's never come loose or had any problems. So I do recommend that, and I think you can pick that up for about $100 on Amazon. Now, depending on where I'm going, if I'm going, maybe downtown or something like that, or on a road trip, I might be grabbing my extra magazine pouch here. So this one right here, it's pretty easy. You just kind of like latch it onto your belt, and it's a little Velcro system. So it's easy to take off and put on, even if you already have your belt on, which is cool. I've tried a couple other ones. There are custom fit Kydex mag holders as well that are pretty cool. A couple brands make those, and they're specific for your magazine. This one's kind of a universal holder though. So whether you're running, in a 40 or 9 or a different magazine altogether, it accommodates most handguns, fits it nice and snug. I've not had any issues with it. Most of the time I'm going to leave this guy at home. I know some people are super big advocates about taking a second magazine anywhere they go, and that's cool. Personally, I feel like I am less likely to want to carry if I'm having to take too much gear. So this is really just depending on where I'm going. Next thing is going to be my watch. Now I love G-Shocks. G-Shocks are awesome. I do have a small collection of G-Shocks, and depending on what I'm doing that day or where I'm going, I'll take one of those. But I picked up this Pro-Trek. It's Casio Pro-Trek from REI, I think I got, and this was on sale. This thing is pretty awesome. So this thing is able to not only tell your time and the date and everything like that, but you've got a built-in altimeter. So you can see your altitude, you can check your barometric pressure, you can see trends. So you can see if the barometric pressure is rising or dropping, the temperature, and you can also see your compass. So you got a electronic compass in there to shoot your angle, and you can rotate the bezel as well for helping with navigating. So this thing's pretty cool. My favorite part about it is that it's solar powered. I've kind of stayed away from the smartwatch section just because I hate having to worry about charging that watch. I can't tell you when I had my first gen Apple Watch, which was the only one I had, how many times I'd forget to charge that thing, and it's just another thing to have to worry about. So I switched back to G-Shocks and basic watches, but I wanted something that could do a little bit more than just tell the time, and this thing's pretty awesome. I do recommend it. After I grab my watch, the next thing I'm going to be going for is my phone. Now, phone, you use whatever phone you have. I personally have an XR, an iPhone XR, but I love OtterBox. I think phones are, just getting bigger and bigger, and they're just not very comfortable to be putting in your pocket and sitting down, and especially if you're wearing jeans. I do recommend these OtterBoxes. They're nothing new, but they're pretty awesome, the way that they can sit on your belt, and also that you can use these for a stand. So if you're watching a video on your phone or something, if you're watching Jack Does all day, you can use this stand to make it that much more enjoyable to watch our videos. After that, I do carry 2 different knives, mainly because this first one is a Swiss Army knife, and this thing is awesome. I do highly recommend that everybody carries a Swiss Army knife on them. They're classic, they're tough, they're rugged, and they can help you with so much. My favorite tool on there is actually the toothpick. I can't tell you how many times I've used that thing. But having a pair of little scissors, a small little knife, can opener, bottle opener, all that stuff, Swiss Army knives are awesome, slides right in your pocket, and it's easy to forget about carrying that. Now I also carry, I carry this at the fire department and as an EMT, and I got this, I think, when I graduated my EMS school, mainly because I wanted something that could cut seatbelts, something that could break windows. It's got a carbide tip here at the bottom that you can break car windows if you needed to, or any kind of windows. You've got a seatbelt cutter there, so if you need to cut a seatbelt, it's a little bit safer than using the actual knife part, and it's got a little spring-assisted action. Now, I don't like to spend that much on my knife that I'm going to be using because it's just that. It's a knife that you're going to be using. So I plan on getting these things busted up, and I don't want to feel bad about using the tool that I purchased. That's why I don't spend too much on any one piece of my gear. But this thing's pretty cool, and you can find this one on Amazon as well. This knife they sell with a ton of different logos there, so if you're not into EMS or anything like that, they have a bunch of different versions of this same knife that has the same features, but with a different color scheme and different logos depending on what your interests are. So those are the things that I carry every day, and that makes up my EDC loadout. There's all different things that people like to carry. Personally, these are the things that get me by. I feel like if you try to cram too much in there, there's guys that are carrying backup, snub-nosed revolver. There's people that are carrying 2 extra magazines, and hey, if that's what you like, that's awesome. Myself, it's a little bit too much, and I find that if I'm trying to do too much, trying to carry every day, I end up not wanting to carry anything and leaving the house without. So that's it for today's video, but remember to check back with the channel. We're going to be releasing some new reviews and some fishing videos soon. Thank you, and remember, Jack does all.